One of the striking things about this new history of democracy, which I'm trying to write, is the way in which it always is a hybrid. That is, an attempt to find a language to define it and redefine it. I mean, that's part of its history. That's one of the remarkable things about it. And it's in the period of representative democracy that there is this hybridization that goes on. So, for example, newfangled terms appear for the first time. Representative democracy. For the Greeks, this is a completely unintelligible entity. What is this representative democracy? They knew nothing of representation. Christian democracy, social democracy, socialist democracy. And in the recent Chinese white paper on democracy, they speak of people's democracy based on people's power, which is seems to be an overuse of the word.
How do you define it?
People, exactly. And this is the point, that our experience, our contemporary experience of democracy should remind us to be pluralists. There are multiple forms of democracy that have been practiced in the past and are going on in the present. They have different names, and so the question that the Turkish writer, who presently is in some trouble for saying so, has put it, Orhan Pamuk, in his novel Snow, whether countries, great powers like the United States and Britain and other EU member states will recognize the legitimacy of experiments in power sharing that go under the name of democracy, but have other words attached to them, like Islamic democracy. Or the question for Pamuk is, are we willing to recognize the legitimacy of and learn to live with, and therefore to compromise with non-violently, and to respect, to give dignity, to grant dignity to experiments in power sharing that do not have our own characteristics? How to democratize democracy? This is one of the great unsolved political problems of our time, and there is, I think, no more dangerous and extraordinary laboratory, this process, in what is today called the Middle East. It's in that region where there is the highest concentration of dictatorships on the face of the